6 astronauts board a spacecraft called Europa 1 with a mission that no human has ever attempted. They're heading to Jupiter's moon Europa, a frozen world where scientists recently detected heat signatures and liquid water beneath the surface ice. If there's water, there could be life. And if there's life, it changes everything we know about the universe. The crew is handpicked. 2 pilots, William and Rosa. 2 engineers, James and Andre. And 2 biologists, Daniel and Katya. Their job is simple on paper. Fly to Europa, collect samples, and bring them home. The reality is anything but simple. Jupiter is so far away that the journey alone will take nearly 2 years each way. There's no deep sleep technology. They'll be awake for the entire trip. The spacecraft is designed with rotating crew quarters that simulate gravity because the human body falls apart in 0G over long periods. The first few months go smoothly. Routine repairs, exercise, adjusting to each other's habits in a metal box, hurtling through empty space. James records video messages for his wife and children back home. It feels almost normal. But 6 months into the mission, normalcy ends. A solar storm slams into the ship and knocks out its communication system. Just like that, their link to Earth goes silent. Mission Control has no idea if the crew is alive or dead. The crew has no idea if anyone is listening. The isolation hits them hard. James can't send messages to his family anymore. The routine that held them together starts to crack. But they vote on it and decide to press forward. The mission is too important to abandon. To fix the communication array, James and Andre suit up and go outside the ship. It's a standard repair job until it isn't. While pulling receptor pins from the fried panel, something goes wrong. Andre's suit starts leaking. They're ordered back to the airlock immediately. But as Andre guides James toward the entrance, he notices something terrifying. James's suit is coated in hydrazine, a toxic chemical that was sprayed from the damaged panel. If James enters the airlock, contamination spreads throughout the ship. The air becomes poisoned. Everyone on board is gone. Andre tries to strip James out of his suit before the toxin can spread, but his own oxygen is leaking too fast. He passes out. James is standing at the airlock door with a choice that no one should ever have to make. He can step inside and save himself, knowing it means everyone else is gone. Or he can push Andre to safety and let the ship continue without him. James pushes Andre into the airlock. The force sends James drifting away from the ship. He watches Europa 1 grow smaller and smaller. He's alone in the void with 20 minutes of oxygen and nothing but darkness in every direction. In his final moments, he asks the crew to tell Andre he tried to save him. He asks them to tell his wife and children that he loved them. Then his signal cuts out. The crew watches him disappear. There's nothing anyone can do. James's sacrifice breaks something in the crew. Andre takes it the hardest. He can't sleep. He barely speaks. The captain worries about him constantly because Andre is now the only engineer on board. If anything goes wrong with the ship, he's the only one who can fix it. But Andre is unraveling. Months pass. The crew pushes through their grief because the alternative is letting James's sacrifice mean nothing. After 19 months in space, Europa 1 enters Jupiter's orbit. The gas giant's magnetic field wreaks havoc on their electronics. Systems glitch. Instruments flicker. But through the cockpit window, they can see it. Europa, a pale, cracked sphere of ice orbiting the largest planet in the solar system. They load into the landing module and begin their descent. Mission Control had targeted a specific zone on the surface where the ice was thinnest, an area called Connemara Chaos, where heat vents push warm water close to the surface. It was the perfect spot to drill. But as they approach, a vent erupts directly beneath them. The blast throws the lander off course, and they touch down 100 meters from where they're supposed to be. In a place where the ice is much, much thicker. They're on Europa. No human has ever stood this far from Earth. The surface temperature is close to absolute zero. The ice stretches endlessly in every direction under a sky dominated by Jupiter's massive, swirling face. It's beautiful and it's terrifying. They begin drilling immediately. The ice is thousands of meters thick and it takes hours to make progress. They settle into a tense routine. Drill, wait, monitor, repeat. Then Andre sees something. A light, shaking and pulsing, just outside the module window. He grabs a camera, but by the time he turns it on, the light is gone. He tries to explain what he saw to the others. A glow, movement, something out there on the surface of a moon that's supposed to be lifeless. The crew isn't convinced. Andre hasn't been sleeping. His mental state has been fragile since James's passing. They chalk it up to exhaustion and stress. But Andre stays awake after that, watching the windows. After more than a day of drilling, Daniel calls the team together. They've broken through 3,000 meters of ice, and they've finally reached liquid water. They deploy a probe into the dark ocean below. The camera feed shows nothing at first, just black water. No signs of life, at least nothing they can see with the naked eye. But they're looking for something microscopic, and the readings are promising. Then a bright light strikes the probe. It surges with radiation, and the feed goes dead. Something down there just destroyed their only way to collect deep water samples. The mission just took a devastating hit. Without the probe, the crew faces a terrible choice. They can go home empty-handed, or someone can go out onto the surface and collect samples manually. Katya volunteers. She's a marine biologist. This is what she came here for. The radiation on the surface is dangerous, around 200 rads. But she argues the exposure is manageable. Their target landing zone is only 100 meters away, where the vents have exposed the underside of the ice. She can reach it, grab samples, and get back. The crew votes. She's allowed to go. Katya suits up and steps out of the airlock onto Europa's surface alone. She moves carefully across the ice toward the vent zone. She collects samples successfully, and when Daniel analyzes them inside the module, the results are staggering. A single-celled organism. Life. Not on Earth. Not in a lab. On a moon of Jupiter, billions of miles from home. The discovery is real. But Katya isn't coming back yet. She's seen something. A blue light glowing beneath the ice in the distance. The same kind of light that destroyed their probe. The same kind of light Andre saw through the window. She moves toward it. The crew calls for her to come back. She doesn't respond. She's drawn to it. The ice beneath her feet cracks. She falls through. Her helmet camera keeps broadcasting as she plunges into the water. The last image the crew sees is her face, eyes wide, reflecting a blue bioluminescence rising toward her from the deep. Then the feed cuts to black. 2 crew members are gone. No probe, limited samples. The crew makes the only decision they can. It's time to leave. They have enough evidence to prove that life exists on Europa, and they need to get it back to Earth. They power up the lander's engines for takeoff. The engines fail. Something in the transistor systems has malfunctioned, possibly damaged by Europa's radiation or Jupiter's magnetic interference. The lander doesn't lift off. It falls back to the surface and crashes hard. The impact is devastating. William, the captain, is thrown from his seat. He's gone. The remaining crew, Rosa, Daniel, and Andre, wake up in a wrecked module that's leaking oxygen, losing heat, and slowly sinking into the ice. Daniel tells the others he can fix it. There's enough power for one more attempt at takeoff, but the repairs have to be done from outside the ship. Daniel and Andre suit up and step out onto the ice. They know the risks. They've seen what happens to people who walk on Europa's surface. Daniel doesn't make it far. The ice beneath him gives way, and he vanishes into the darkness below. Andre is alone. He works fast, rerouting what he can, but instead of trying to fix the engines, he makes a different choice. He repairs the communication link to the orbiting mothership above. If they can't fly home, they can at least send everything they've found back to Earth. Every image, every data point, every frame of footage from the entire mission. He shuts down life support to power the transmission. Then the blue light appears again. It rises from beneath the ice, moving toward Andre. He sees it clearly this time. The same glow that took Katya. The same glow that destroyed the probe. Before he can react, the ice cracks beneath him. He falls through. Rosa is alone. The module is sinking. water is rising through cracks in the hull. She manages to re-establish the communication link to Earth, and the mothership begins relaying every piece of data the crew has collected since the solar storm cut them off over a year ago. Thousands of hours of footage, the proof that they found life. The ice groans and splits. The module drops deeper. Rosa knows this is it. There is no takeoff. There is no rescue. She's going to be gone on a moon of Jupiter, farther from home than any human has ever been. But she has one last choice to make. She opens the airlock. Water floods into the module, rising fast. She doesn't run. She doesn't look away. As the dark water reaches the cockpit, something rises from below. A creature, tentacled, bioluminescent, glowing with the same blue light that's been haunting them since they landed. It moves toward the camera, toward Rosa, filling the frame with impossible alien life. The feed cuts out. Months later, the data reaches Earth. The world watches the footage of everything the Europa 1 crew experienced. 6 people left Earth to answer the oldest question humanity has ever asked. Are we alone? They found the answer, and every single one of them gave their life to make sure that answer made it home. Europa Report is a 2013 sci-fi film told through found footage and mission recordings. 6 astronauts travel to Jupiter's moon, Europa, in search of extraterrestrial life, only to discover that what they find is far more dangerous than anyone predicted. It's a quiet, grounded film that builds dread through isolation, sacrifice, and the terrifying beauty of the unknown. If you enjoyed this recap, please hit that like button and subscribe for more. Thanks for watching.